Okay, so now that that's all done, hey everybody, and welcome to Indie Wednesday. Today we are playing NEO Scavenger, a game by Blue Bottle Games that puts you in the wasteland of, well, what's left of the one bastion of North America, which happens to be Detroit, which is strange because, well, Detroit. But anyway, it is a survival game where you have to fight, pillage, loot, sneak, and survive. I played it before. I played it a while back while it was still in early access, but it was just released yesterday. So, let's go and check out a new game. So, as you can see, we've got various different abilities to pull from. You know, strong, medic, hiding, melee, and they all have, you know, various different characteristics. So, like melee, for example, better chance to hit with melee combat, higher wound severity, better defense in combat, can leg trip in combat. So you might have better skills, but you also might have better abilities as well. The music is really loud all of a sudden. Hold on. There, that should be good. Sorry about that. Anyway, so like I said, everyone has a certain bonus to various attribute, but it also may give you a special move, like a leg trip in combat. Athletic, you can move faster, you can run faster away in battle, and etc, etc. So anyway, and you can see each one has a certain amount of pips. So we have 15 pips that we're allowed to use for free. In that case, making a new character, we should... And the thing is, you start in the outdoor wilderness that is the area around Detroit. It's polluted, it's destroyed, it's ravaged. You're not really going to find much out there. So, like electrician, for example, not necessarily good, but it could be good later. Because, like I said, Detroit is a bastion. It is one of the few places that still exists. It's a super city, or a mega city, or whatever, and it's super technical, super electric, super, you know, going on. Think the city from Judge Dredd, almost. Yeah, actually, that would be the best way to put it. Anyway, being strong is a pretty good attribute to have. It's a very expensive one at 6, but you can carry more, you can do more damaging attacks, and you can create obstacles in combat, which not necessarily important, but could be. Now, what else do I want? I think hiding is nice. So, but I also want to be... like a mechanic would be nice. Trapping is okay. Tracking is good, especially for finding enemies, and being a medic is awesome. But let's go with... Actually, yeah, I do want to be a medic, so that only gives me 5 more points. But I want to be an electrician. A mechanic would be nice. I could track for 1 more point, but I want something a little bit better than that, so maybe... let's say hacking. So that puts us at -1. And as you can see, I can no longer pick feeble because I picked strong. So obvious contradictions you can't do. So like in order to make this point, we have to get it to 0. Well, it can be above 0, but there's no reason to have it above 0. So I could be an insomniac, so I can barely get to sleep, which is like how I am in real life. I can be in myopia, so I can't see as well. That one is pretty debilitating. You can have higher metabolism. You can be fragile, so anything that, you know, hurts you is going to be more severe. And what's that? Out of shape and fatigues faster than usual. That one's new. Since I played anyway. So let's go with Insomniac. It sucks, but it's not too bad. So, this is what the game looks like. We're not at the main part of the game, but this is where you go into like a situation. So, a certain thing will act out, there's a bit of story, and you have various choices based off of your skills and based off of the situation and what items you have as well. So, in this case, you wake up disoriented, slumped over the base of an empty cryosleep pod. There. Still damp from cryo fluid. The thick dust from the floor clings to your skin, leaving a clean spot on the ground where a large 05 is painted. Across the room, there is an open door to the hallway and a broken window leaning outside. Just as you gather your wits, an unearthly scream erupts from down the hall beyond the doorway. Something is coming. Fast. So, you have various different things. You can jump out the window and just go for it. You can hack the door to stay shut. Like, because of what I have, I'm a medic, so I can emergency dump another stasis tank, because there are a couple other humans in there, or humans anyway. Electrician, rig the door. Strong, get ready to fight. And mechanic, rig the door. So, lots of them is like getting the door closed. This one's a diversionary tactic, and this one is straight, plainly, fight it. And I'm gonna fight it. So, you steel your nerves and decide to take this thing down, whatever it is. As you assume a defensive stance, it burns into the room. I cannot speak today, and I am sorry. The beast stands on its hind legs like a man, but has the appearance of a ragged, predatory dog. It looks right at you, shrieks and lunges. It connects with a force that jars you both, and the dogman actually has to step back to keep its balance. Taking advantage of his distraction, you knock him to the ground and grab his throat. His claws tear into your flesh as you crush his windpipe with every ounce of strength you have. Moments later, he stops moving. You realize it cost you some nasty wounds, but at least you're alive. So, as you can see, player's upper chest was slashed, player's upper right arm was battered. So all of the information in this game comes in the readout at the bottom here. So you'll see stuff like this, and it's very, very detailed, and it gets pretty gruesome in the end. That is a very delicious beer. So, I'm standing. With a rush of adrenaline fading, you turn your attention back to the strange room. You should probably finish up here in case there are more of these things. So, view received items. There is the Dogman corpse. There are some shards of glass, which they have. Everything has a condition to it. It also has a value and it has a weight. So obviously, you can only carry so much. If you want to sell things later, it's worth so much money, etc., etc. So I have my hospital gown. I have a hospital wrist strap labeled Philip Kindred, and a bronze talisman on a braided leather string. You don't know what this is. Maybe it'll come in handy. In the meantime, let's pick up one of these shards. Or 5 of these shards, I guess. It might be useful. So, let's take a look around and see what we're here. You're standing in a cryostasis room, though it looks like you might have been the only survivor. Search the console for records. Let's see what else is going on here. So you come across 3 records. Somebody, you, which has no data, and billing account, some Detroit Savings Bank number, and then blah blah blah. So that's all we can do here. So let's climb out the window. You decide to go outside and see if you can figure out where you are. Avoiding the broken glass, you step in onto the sill and outside, rustling some plants that have grown wild in the area. It's cool outside and damp, probably morning. The distant report of a gun catches your attention. You cock your head listening, but it's over as quickly as it started. Obviously, you're not alone out here, though that doesn't necessarily comfort you. And rightfully so, because everything is trying to kill you. But are they actively trying to kill you? That's the interesting bit. It's a lot like DayZ, where you may engage with other people, but they may attack you, or they may just run. The trading bit doesn't really happen unless you're in a very specific area, but as far as, actual interactions with players, it's usually fight or flee. So, you're in the parking lot of the Guy's cryo facility, but everything looks disused and in disrepair. Plants have pushed away from the blah blah blah. I read that already, didn't I? Worst of all, nothing looks familiar. You don't remember this place or even who you are. Your frustration mounts, but you catch it and put it in check. Might as well take a look around. And this describes the map. So you'll see various hex grids like this. So you'll have city tiles, you'll have woods tiles with, words, cabins in the forest. You'll see areas that you can scavenge, and you can see items that you can pick up. So, yeah, stuff along those words. So here we are, and that's us, the player. We are barefoot, we are strong, we are not hiding, and we have our punch. So there are still some items here, so I'm going to take a look around. And I can also scavenge. So I'm going to do that. So first of all, when you click on scavenge, you'll have various different areas to look at. So in this case, I have the facility. Sometimes they'll have various different buildings and various different setups. And then you'll have your scavenging success rates, which will change for the different buildings. I guess this one doesn't have one, which is interesting. But as you can imagine, green is good, yellow is okay, and red is bad. With different items like crowbars or a lighter or light or anything like that, you'll be able to find more. So I can use medic, and I can usually find more stuff. So I'm going to do that. You found something. So let's go to the items page. I found a first aid kit. Inside it's got some clean bandages, some painkillers, and other stuff. So I don't have a backpack, so I'm just going to carry it. We've got some painkillers, we've got some antibiotics, and we've got some other painkillers, some non-narcotic painkillers. So looking at this, we've got our main screen, and then we've got our health screen. So we can see that we're cut and we're bleeding. So I'm going to take some rags and click on the right area and cover that up. So minor bruising, whatever, but I am feeling a bit of pain. So I'm going to go in here. Well, I'm going to rearrange this so I can take these pills. Somehow, I can't remember how to do that. It's been a while. There we go. Use. And there we go. So painkillers are done. Pain will go away. Bandages. I bandaged the injury. Not too bad. We can also set up camp, and we can open and close our vehicle screen should that we have a vehicle. Typically a vehicle is like a shopping cart. Really nothing much to say, but it is what it is. So anyway, we're walking to the nearby town. As you approach the town, there is no sign of activity. Buildings stand in ruin. Vehicles are overturned and blackened with fire. Explosion marks radiate outward from walls and pavement. So shit went down. In the distance, strange-looking creatures circle the sky like monstrous leathery vultures. The world has drastically changed from what you knew. Some sort of cataclysm has befallen Earth, returning mankind to the Dark Ages, and along with it, your hopes of finding a warm meal and some answers. You decide to look around and scavenge what you can from the ruins. And this character you've got will update as you equip different things. So you can see the little wristband, you can see the med kit, and I can select between a punch and a shard, which I'll probably stay with a shard because obviously you could probably cut someone. So I have 3 moves left. I'm barefoot, so I get 1 less turn in total, so finding shoes is a really good idea, really important. And there are just some straight up items here. So before we go any further, we're going to take a look, see what we have. Hey, a plastic shopping bag. I'm going to use that as a backpack. And in that is going to go my first aid kit. There's also a corn-a-cola plastic bottle. So I'm going to rearrange this. Actually, I don't even need... Hold on. There. 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 I don't need that. It's empty. I can put pills somewhere else. Put that there because I might find some water. Anyway, so now that that's done, let's scavenge. Also, I should list what's on here. You've got your food meter. You've got your thirst meter, so, you know, water and stuff. How tired you are, how much weight you're carrying, this is your pain level, I believe, so I'm comfortable. Then you have the outdoor temperature, so this is essentially your body temperature. What's up, Lieutenant? And I'm currently unhurt, so oh, maybe, no, that's temperature, and this is outdoor temperature. So I need to find some clothes fast, because all I've got is some shitty-ass gown. So let's scavenge. Let's see what we can find. We've got a few houses, and a couple storage shed. This one's locked. Let's not do the locked one. Let's do just the regular storage shed. So, storage sheds are mixed bags. Ostensibly, there should be some goods inside, but then again, anyone here before you would have known that and cleaned it out. Still, it's worth a shot. So I can use my various different powers to see what I can do. So obviously, from the default, it's pretty safe. I can do it fairly quietly because as you do pretty much anything, if you're moving around, if you're going through some stuff, you will cause sound. So if I go and use my strong ability and essentially smash my way through it, my sneak level goes down. My safety goes down a little bit just because I'm messing stuff up, but the chance of loot is higher. And if I use my mechanic skill, avoid dangerous structures and pitfalls, my safety goes way up, but the chance of me getting more loot goes down. So I am going to just use my strong ability because I really need to find some clothes. So found something, so let's take a look. Found a rifle scope, an empty can, a t-shirt, another t-shirt, and a potato chip bag. But we also found a scope, so I'm not... I guess I can carry it. Now I have a couple shirts, so I'm going to put these on. And you can wear multiple layers of clothing. I can't remember how many t-shirts, but you can wear a lot of them. But they're pretty important just because you will get cold. It's only in the morning right now, which I can't remember where it shows that. Police are doing something. But that is definitely a thing. So we're going to keep going. So the suburbs were hit hard in the collapse, with masses of people fleeing urban centers in search of supplies and supernatural threats encroaching from the wilds. The suburbs became the front lines in a war for survival. Was there a lighter? Oh shit, I did not see the lighter. I'm taking the lighter. Still, houses like these are so new. What is going on? It's another cop car. And it happens to be right outside my house. Pardon me for one moment. I want to go check this out. I'll be right back. Well, pray for Mojo, because there are 3 cop cars outside, all blocking the road. I think we'll be okay. Because in Canada, we don't have, crazy gun laws where there's just everybody has guns and stuff, so I think we're going to be okay. The house is locked, I think, and I have my wits about me. And I can use my strong ability. Anyway, so yeah, there's the lighter. Boosh. My sneak goes way down, but my loot goes way up. And, like I said, still, houses like these are so numerous that some may have been entirely missed by scavengers, and they tend to be less likely to fall over than the bigger buildings in urban centers. Yeah, you knew I live in Canada, didn't you? You follow me on Twitter. At Thompson. Anyway, let's check it out and see what we can find. So first of all, I want that lighter really badly. Lighters are so good, and it's a really good lighter because it's really good condition. Another cornucola, some stones, small twigs and bark, which could be useful later if I want to start a fire. And a metal saucepan, which might be useful, but I can't really carry it without ditching something else. But if I switch that out and use this instead, It's not a very good weapon, but it's a weapon. So, let's go search some more. I don't know, I forget things a lot, and I can't tell accents right now. Fair enough. Well, and my accent is fairly neutral anyway, so I don't blame you. But anyway, let's keep going through this, and let's see if we can find some more stuff in a house. If I can find a crowbar, that would be really nice. So we got some parts, we got pieces of an old newspaper. Not really that good. Potentially good, but not useful for my abilities. And a shopping cart basket, which is totally useless without wheels. So, that's all I can do for this turn. So, I have to end the turn. Because this is a turn-based, essentially turn-based roguelike. So, everything does happen in turns, which makes things, you know, well, it's like a roguelike. It is what it is. So, we have a locked storage shed, which is great, but I can't get in because I don't have a way to get past the lock. So, let's just stop, and let's go for a walk. Now, north, south, east, west, you know, the standard. So, we could go up north and use right-click to, well, I can use right-click, or I could use the arrow keys, which is significantly easier. It's been a while. So, let's see. This is probably woods, because since I picked up that scope, I'm able to see further. Well, let's go there. So, we've got a forested area. We can scavenge. So, let's take a look. We could scavenge a forest. We're probably just going to find some trees and leaves. Really nothing too useful. But we have the ruins of whatever was a city. So, I'm shivering. I'm cold. This is not good. So, let's scavenge. Let's see what we've got. We've got some crumbling apartment buildings and a destroyed office building. So, I'm going to look at the office building first. Now, having a lighter, fantastic. Safety goes up. Mechanic is even better. This is pretty good. A very good combination, actually. Oh, so I didn't find anything, but my activity lightly alerted nearby creatures, so that doesn't necessarily mean just humans either. I could face more wolves like I did in the first room. But let's keep looking through. Considering that I have this lighter... Actually, that's not too bad. Nothing. And you can get hurt doing this. But that's a really good combo. So that's pretty useless. Ah, here's the weather. It's cold, it's clear, and it's dawn. So, as night approaches, obviously, it's going to get a little cooler. But, as day breaks, things get better. And different tiles cost more. So, obviously, flat grassland takes 1. If you're going through rubble that was a city, it's 2. Forest, it's 2. You know, stuff along those lines. It's pretty self-explanatory. So let's get up on a hill and see what we can find. We can see some abandoned high-rise buildings. We can see foothills with water. And a few areas that we could probably check out. As you can see, there's these red feet here. Those indicate like tracks. So other people can actually find you and track you. So I'm just going to look at some emails real quick. Now, we're here, and there are items here. Berries. Black and blue berries. Are these good for you? Maybe. You don't know that. If you were a botanist, you would very easily be able to tell if these are going to kill you or not. So, maybe. And now it's raining. So, that's great. Also, the painkillers are wearing off, so my pain level is obviously going to rise up. But anyway, let's keep moving, because the first day is very important in this game, because you need to find stuff very quickly. So, I found some water, just some plain water. I'm actually going to... I'm going to do this. Okay, I've got to do it a little bit obtusively. So you can put water into a bottle and then carry it around. Now, unfortunately, it's very realistic how its survival works. So there is water lying around, and you can drink it, and you'll probably be fine. But if you're not, you might pick up some waterborne bacteria, and you might catch a disease, you might shit yourself, and just have a really bad time. And actually, you can die from it. So you have to be very careful with what you drink and what you consume. So we have an abandoned office tower. I'm definitely going to check that out. It's very safe, and the loot is low because they weren't the primary looting targets of the food riots. But later on, astute scavengers realized many offices had bottled water, and often kitchens. What's more, the supply closets often contained valuable survival tools. The supplies aren't expected to be great, but it's worth a shot. So, let's ransack it. We found some stuff, so let's check it out. We found some more rocks, found some pebbles, whatever useless crap. We found some dirty rags. Now, the rags that I have on my body that are covering the wound from the wolf thing before, those will eventually become dirty rags. You can still use them, but it's best if you have a pot where you can put some water in, boil it, and then put the rags in and clean them that way. Also, you can boil water to sterilize it, so, there's a lot of good uses here. Also, there's a broken bottle, which may be a good weapon, depending on how you're doing things. But I'm not going to take any of that crap. But I will definitely take a look at this. Damn it. And I still have one more move. So I'm going to go into this destroyed office building. And I really need stuff, so I can't use that mechanic skill. Alright. So, a few different things came up. It's not just end turn anymore. There's also sleep, because I'm slightly tired. Only slightly. But there's also rest and heal. So, you can wait for your wounds to heal up, and then you'll be somewhat better. But, in this case, like I said, it's right at the start. We need to move. See, right now I have moderate hypothermia. Not good. Not good at all. But we have a secluded shack in the woods, which is usually pretty good. Usually. Not this time, though. So we're going to keep moving. Get up on this hill. Because we need to get food, we need to get water, but more importantly, we need clothes. Also, there's a doge! A feral dog. Probably not a problem, but something to potentially worry about. Also, you can see the moves are going down because now I'm freezing, so I can't move as far. So really, at the start of the game, you really need to find clothes, at minimum. Yeah, the first day is totally rough, Kolos. So, let's see, what can we find? We actually found bottled water. Proper bottled water. So, I am going to get rid of this. I'm going to take that. A little bit of inventory shuffling. And let's see what we can find. Oh, that looked good. Hey, some pants. Pants are good. We've got another t-shirt. That should help. Oh, but you can only wear 2 t-shirts at a time. So let's see. What do we have? That one's 1.3% condition, 30, and 15. So not very good, but it will do. Nothing in there. Whatever. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Although this box might be... Oh, can't carry it, right. What was this? Oh, that's a pocket. Pocket of the pants. A shiv! A shiv would be nice. A shiv would be excellent, actually. But I don't really have a good place to put the shiv, because I can't carry anything else. I'll put it in my pocket, just in case. So, moving on. Actually, there are a couple more places that we can scavenge, apparently. So, let's take a quick look. Ooh, that looked interesting. Famous Fedor's photo logs. I don't know what that is. That's a new item since the last time I played. Newspaper, whatever, I'm not going to read that. Scrap of foil. That could be useful for something, I'm sure. So this is worth... Oh, it's a movie. Apparently. It's worth $5. Maybe useful. Probably not. But you never know. So with that in mind, let's keep moving. Oh, got another survivor. A stranger, apparently. And he looks like he has a crowbar. Now, I could probably take him because I am strong. However, he also has shoes. So I'm going to spy on him. He's got a crowbar with a strap. He's depositing loot, and he sees me. So that's a problem. Like, well, it's not a big problem, but it could be a problem. Because he's not coming after me, he's probably not an active threat. Because he did that thing. He's depositing loot. So he's dropping stuff. But he has a crowbar with a strap. Now, the key bits there is, with a crowbar with a strap, that means you don't have to carry it in an active hand, because a crowbar is huge. You won't be able to fit it into any backpack. So you can just sling it over your shoulder. But he's probably going to be able to fight me better, so I'm just going to leave him. And just keep moving on. I clicked on sleep, didn't I? Nope, we're good. So we got a scrap of paper. It reads, miscellaneous shards. Yay. Don't care. You can find various recipes throughout the world that will tell you how to make things, because you can combine things together. I can't remember. Oh, here it is. The crafting screen. So you've got your known recipes. Obviously, I have a little bit more because I know medical skills, and I'm also a mechanic, so I know a fairly decent, small, setup of stuff. And with each one of these, I can see what I need to combine out of various different things. So, obviously, I'm not really going to do too much here, because I don't really need to. But I'm going to keep on moving. But first, let's scavenge a few buildings. Because I need to find more stuff right now. Travois. I should make a travois. Also, it might help if I knew what a travois was. Also, pants! Lots of pants and shirts! So these pants are pretty good. How are these pants? Kinda shitty. So I'm gonna put those pants on, because I think you can only... Yeah. You can only wear one pair of pants at a time. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm going to take that, and I'm gonna take off these shirts, because they are both better than what I currently have. Oh, that's a gray shirt. That's like a long sleeve shirt. That's awesome. That's great. Jeans are fine. 2 large sticks and medium string. To make sure... Oh, that's a good tip. Thank you, 0099876. Which is a very difficult name to say, but thank you. Alright. I don't know the full recipe, but it's close to that. You have the recipe. I probably have a setup anyway that I could easily look at. So let's take a look. Out of curiosity. Travois. 1 mechanic skill, 4 medium shaft, 12 medium thread, and 2 large shaft. So I could go to the woods and go pick something up. That said, I'm probably more worried about just getting warm right now. Maybe a weapon. A real weapon. Or a backpack. A backpack would be great. I will call you numbers from now on. So, what did we find? A tarp. Whiskey bottle. More stuff I can't really use. Whatever. Although string isn't bad. Especially considering that I'm a mechanic, which, now that I think of it, I really shouldn't have picked mechanic. Flurp flurps. Well, I found a sandal. It's not much, but it's something. And that's about it. So, I have at least one shoe on. And it is also getting late. Oop, get out of here. No, I don't want to sleep. So considering that it's getting late, I'm going to see if I can't... Ooh, more berries. You know, I don't know if these are going to kill me or not, so I'm just going to put them down. I'm going to see if I can find at least somewhere where I can hide. Oh no, my shoe fell off. Damn flurp flurps. What are my skills? I'm strong, I'm a medic, I'm an electrician, mechanic, and I have hacking. But I'm also an insomniac, so... Not a big deal, but a potential problem. Anyway, let's see what we can find in here. Nothing of use. But, we have a lighter, we can get some wood. So, blah, 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 words. Let's make some wood. I don't have enough time. Okay. Fucking shoe. It might be an issue, but at least I'm strong. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. So... let's just get out of there. So I'm going to make a campfire. I'm going to stoke the campfire. And that will warm me up. But I'll be easier to spot, so that is a bit of a problem, obviously. Not a huge problem. You can make a sling with 2 medium string and a dirty rag. Good to know. Is there any string here? There is not. That's not a big deal. I'm sure I'll come across some soon. So unfortunately, I don't have anything to cook. But I can sterilize some water. So, let's go do that. And all of my water is sterilized, so that's great. I could use the giant stick. Absolutely. I can totally use that as a weapon. And in fact, there's a good chance that I will, as long as I can carry enough stuff. And I believe I can only carry... oh, I can carry 2 waters in here. That said, I'm not going to drink it yet. Having sterilized water is a pretty good thing to have. So I can probably carry that, now that I have a few things to put away. Will that fit? Yes, it will. So, large branch from a tree. I am strong, so I will wield it. You can also make a spear out of it, which is really handy for doing some range damage. Unfortunately, I don't have a knife, which is what you need. But that's not a big deal. So I'm going to rest. So... oh. So I'm going to be in the shelter of a ruined bungalow, which has quite a lot of shelter. I can sleep in it fairly well, and it'll do some healing. But I will use the campfire to warm me up. And yeah, I'm going to rest and heal. And we're going to warm up because, as you can imagine, fire does that. So, as night falls, you notice there is a bright glow coming from the east, easily visible through the tree tops. It's no guarantee, but it could be a sign of civilization, maybe even a lead on where you are, or who. And if nothing else, it's as good a landmark to strike towards as any. So, now we can see it on the map. So looking at the mini-map, we have the glow, so we are going to make our way towards that. And all of this is randomly generated, so every game is different. There are certain areas that always exist, and always exist in certain places, but the rest of the map is randomly and procedurally generated. That's a good question, Kolos. I don't know. So, you know what? I'm going to take a look at that. Because that's a very good question. Because if I use that, and the shiv, no. It is not good enough. That is unfortunate. Also, putting on this flirp is pretty annoying. But whatever, it is what it is. So I'm going to have a nap. Player's warmed by a small flame. And I couldn't fall asleep because I'm an insomniac. Bit of a problem, as you can imagine, but I can sort of sleep. But first, my fire is going out, so I want to make sure that the fire is nice and stoked. Oh, but I can't craft it yet. Fucking flip-flop. Okay, you know what? I'm not even going to carry it. Manioc. Skills. Strong, medic, electrician, mechanic, hacking. And I'm also an insomniac. Okay, crafting. I need to make that fire. That's gone. Okay, cool. Not a big deal. Oops. No, I don't want the woods. I want the twigs there. There we go. I'm thirsty. Oh, that's something I didn't know. If you did not take melee or range, you can't craft spear. Good to know. I'm also thirsty, so maybe I'll drink. So, actually, hold on. This is the end of that turn, isn't it? That fire is probably gone. Yep. Yes, it is. But I need a drink, so... Get out of here. Let's put that away. And I'm not going to worry about fire for the rest of the night. But it's dawn, so good enough. And we're still pretty warm because of sleeping inside and having a fire, so not too bad. So let's keep moving. And now I'm shivering again. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. But I'm pretty much just tramping my way through all this. So we found a lot of clothes. A banana t-shirt. Sweet. I can't make a broad spear, but I think you might be able to make sharpened spear or a hardened spear, but they will decay faster. Good to know. Very good to know. Thank you for the tips. I really do appreciate it. So, anyway, my pants are already pretty decent, so really no point in grabbing anything there. Shirts, whatever, is what it is. But let's keep going through. And how much is it slider? It's still at 78%. Found a little bit of water. Found some Coke. Or some Mountain Dew or something. So probably a good idea to at least take one of these. So let's put that down. Let's drink this. And one of the benefits of having one of these, of course, is it's already sterilized. It's not necessarily good for you, but at least it's sterilized. So, let's keep on moving. Let's head towards that glow. Tarp and whatever. And we have a nice, beautiful day. And a couple of houses go through. And we found a quality torch, which would be great, but I can't really carry it. I could put it in my backpack, or this anyway, but then I'd have to get rid of my saucepan, and I really want to hold on to that. That said, having another lighter would be fantastic. Maybe two. So we'll go with the more broken one. Can I add more? Nope. Alright, moving on. And nobody for miles. I'm fine, I don't need the travois. It's not a bad idea to make, of course, but I'll be fine. So, let's see, blah 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 blah. Storage shed, a couple of these. Let's go through here first. Oh, yeah, okay. I should do that. I will find some long thread. I promise you, I will find long thread, and I'll find it right here. Or, even better, I'll find a crowbar. With a strap. So that's... and a gun! Ooh, hello! That was a great find. But what do I want to take? What can I keep? Now, I really want to keep this scope because it helps a lot and it's worth a fair amount of money, but this revolver is fantastic. At least you can threaten people with the gun. It's not necessarily, you know, useful if it doesn't have bullets in it, but you can threaten people, which is a lot better than a whole lot of stuff. So, I could probably fit in my inventory if I messed around with it, but I don't know what I'd do, so... bye-bye scope. I will continue to look for some string, though. But at least I have a way to threaten people. And now that I have a crowbar, I can bust my way into stuff. Oh! But I fell through a rotted floorboard. So your foot slips through a rotting floorboard, causing you to trip. The scrapes and bruises will sting for a while, but thankfully it wasn't more serious. No useful items found this time. So, I was scratched and bruised. So, going back to my medical thing. Gun down. Bandage myself up. And I don't have any regular painkillers. So, I have some antibiotics. And I have some hydrocodone. Which is pretty intense for at least what the game is suggesting. So I probably won't use that. Not unless I absolutely have to. But let's keep going through. And nothing. But that's fine. Because I'm threatening. And we have a melon head. One of the various creatures that you'll find throughout the world. Rip spare shirt into string and put string on scope and put on neck. Ah! There were some shirts there, weren't there? And mushrooms. Well. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Stranger leader. Whoa! Things happened. So they had a pretty... gross. They had a pretty solid fight. Well, rather... the melonhead ran and ran and ran. And yeah, he got away. Yeah, it's okay. I don't need the scope. And that said, I also have this around my neck, so... and for those of you who've played the game for a while, I'm sure you know exactly what that does. So the question is, do I engage or do I hide? And I'm gonna say I should probably hide. There are more of them than there are me, and I don't know what they're carrying. This takes one move, so... Activity, question mark. Well, I'm gonna hide in the woods. Oh, you can. Oh, well, whatever, I'll come back for it. I know where it is. I'm going to get out of there. 2 versus 1. Typically not a good idea. It gives you a lifetime supply of happiness. Well, maybe I'll come back for it. Maybe. If I get that far, anyway. So, let's see. There are a couple places we can check. Actually, there are a whole bunch of places I can check. And I want to use up this lighter. Oh! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, that's fantastic. And a boot! A good boot at that, too. Oh, and a flashlight? Oh, man. And blinkies! Okay, so we have all sorts of fun stuff here. And some bullets. Not for this gun, though, clearly. But that's okay. I do not recommend attacking black ninjas. They are not aggressive if you will not attack them. Well, I don't plan on attacking them. Backpack hype! Yeah. So, oh man, a flashlight with actual batteries in it? Dang. Happy day. So, take those. Those don't stack, do they? Nope. Empty out. I want all of this. And let's go to that crafting screen because I want to see dirty rags and a handful of string, but there's also medium length of string. So that's what I needed, right? Long thread. Well, I'm sure it will come in handy. And bullets, because $250 for an item that takes 1 spot? Hell yeah! And I'm going to scavenge the shit out of this area. Twigs, whatever. I'm going to take this, put that in there. Okay, long does make medium. Okay. I'm totally going back for that scope now. Well, I will once I'm done scavenging here, because you never know. Maybe there's even more here. Oh. Hurt myself again. I should probably stop doing that. That's okay. At least I don't have to worry about the bandages being in there. Oops. There we go. So, do this again. A little bit more water, so I'm going to take that. It's far to go for that? Okay. Well, screw it then. Can you carry a backpack in a backpack? Nope. Which is bullshit, because I know you can totally do that in real life. But I could carry it in my hand. Which is tempting. It's totally useless, but it's tempting. Anyway. So, I have a boot, which is nice. I have weapon, and I have everything that I need to defend myself. And I'm weak with thirst. So I'm going to unhide. And I'm going to get some ground between myself and those ninjas. Ninja. This game has Daisy syndrome. You'll find more scopes, for example, if you have one already. Yeah, that is a thing for sure. Alright, it is evening, but I'd like to find a house in the woods. And there we are. More berries, but my hunger is fine. But let's get here first. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I want to find. Let's scavenge the shack. Ooh, what was that? Ooh, hello. So this is pretty awesome because, one, it's a compact sleeping bag, but two, more importantly, it's a sleeping bag. So pretty much you can sleep anywhere and be warm. Pretty awesome find. Also a meat cleaver. Fucking handy. I won't be needing this anymore. It's a pretty damaged meat cleaver, but it's a meat cleaver. No one is gonna fuck around with a guy with a crowbar on his back, a gun in his hand, and a meat cleaver in his offhand. We'll be okay. So with that in mind, I'm gonna set up camp here. First and foremost, I'm gonna make a fire. Just have to find the right lighter. And I still have part of a turn. I will, but first, I'm going to make some clean water. So this is sterilized. Much, much, much better to use. Yep. Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that manioc. Or manioc. Yeah, you definitely have to have a sleeping bag on the ground if you want to use it. But that is future me's problem. Current, present me, I really want to get some good water in me. Now, it'd be nice if I had a little bit more water. Oh, if you hold 2 and click it, auto drinks. Oh yeah, because you can use these. Use, destroy, split, stack. I've never really used it, but I should use it. So in that case, my thirst is fairly quenched. I do have some food, but it's worth a lot of money. I don't know. Sure, whatever. And with that in mind, let's set up a campsite. And, honestly, this is good enough. Spacebar to end turn and E to scavenge. Pro tips. So that fire is going to go out. That sucks. That's okay. Because we can make more! I just need to find the shitty lighter again. Should probably heal up as well. Oh, hello. Who are you? So I do have one move left, so let's see what this guy has. He is tough, he is barefoot, he is fallen down. Looting any old spot on the ground, and he doesn't see me yet. When you have more water, boil some dirty rags and bandages for new cuts. That is a very good point, and I should do that, especially considering there's some water right here. And I'm out of beer. But that's okay. I was good to prepare for injury. I can't tell you the amount of times I've died from bleeding out. Oh, I definitely know. So, with that in mind, let's get some water. So let's go to crafting. Let's fill up these water bottles. And since we're close to the woods, we might as well do it up. You can only hold 2, right? Yeah. And considering that I have a campsite here, everything's good, and the fire is probably out. But still, this is a good place to set up. So let's do this. You, water. And where are my bandages? I can't see you. Why can't I see you? Oh, because it's on me. Right. And I can't take that off. So, it is what it is. Oh. Hold on for a second. I do have a minor cut still, but at least it's not really bleeding. But I do want to boil these first. So that, this. Does it use up the water? And then we want this. Butt wiping. That would certainly make things harder. And we've got our friend here. He's got something in his hand, probably a broken bottle. Not really a threat, I think. For pretty obvious reasons, I'd say. But let's put this water away. I should probably deal with the bleeding. Okay. Also, once it says rags dirty, you should take them off as they infect you if touching an open wound. Good to know. So, I am hungry, I am thirsty. I should probably get more water. Oh, but that guy is still here, so we know someone is here. We don't know the range. Yeah, this is the fighting screen, for those of you who don't know, which you guys clearly know. But for those who aren't watching right now and are curious about the game, poison arrows. Really? Jeez, that's awful. But awesome, but awful. So anyway, yeah, the conditions of yourself and conditions of foe or foes. So I'm going to search. We found a bad mother. Stranger's tripped, fell to the ground, must regain footing. He is pretty close to me. He is carrying a broken whiskey bottle. You can die because of massive diarrhea, but you can't take a dump. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. He's visible, he's tough, he is vulnerable, and he is fallen. So, also when bandaging, to make yourself 100% safe infection, you wash it out before you bandage. Good point. So I'm going to demand that he surrender. And he didn't. He got up. So he is tough, but I'm strong. So he can take a lot of fighting. I'm going to get one space closer to him. And he's charging, so he really wants to fight. So this brings up the various different options. You can parry, you can tackle him, knock him down. So if you parry him, then you open him up for attack. You can dodge. Chop. Yep, I'm working on it. Melee attack or melee surge. So if you melee surge, it's a very fast attack, and you're open to attack. But this one is just one hit. So I'm gonna go for it. And I got him. I have scratched his upper left arm with a meat cleaver. So I'm going to tackle him, I think. So, player fell to the ground and must regain a footing. But he fell to the ground because I got him down. He needs a moment to recover. And he is also bleeding. So I'm going to get up for obvious reasons. Yeah, he's retreating. Ha, some tough guy. So, because I'm strong, I can create an obstacle so that guy can't get away. So I'm going to do that. So, he fell to the ground. He needs a moment to recover. His lower stomach was bruised. I'm going to threaten him, I think. Okay, he's still on the ground. I'm going to demand that he surrender. Alright, good night. Oh, he attacked. So, he attacked a player and hits. He has grazed my upper stomach with a glass bottle. Now, I missed him, unfortunately. I'm exposed for an easy attack. But he no longer has a weapon, whereas I still do. So, I'm going to keep attacking. So he battered my lower left leg with a punch, somehow. But I gashed his lower right leg with a meat cleaver, and he is stunned. So I'm going to demand that he surrender again. Yeah, use melee attack. It's super effective, because it's a fucking cleaver. Alright, he's going down. He agrees to surrender. He is now naked. So let's see, what do we have? Got a boot, a left boot. We've got a shoe, some pants, and some bullets. Some shotgun shells by the looks of it. Create obstacle and lure are always one of the best options as it makes you rather invincible to attack. They fall down and get hit in 3 places. Ooh, wow. That is definitely good to know. So I think that t-shirt is better than the one that I'm wearing, so I'm going to put that on. I'm also going to take this boot, and so I'm no longer barefooted. I'm probably going to leave that shoe. I'm definitely going to take this water, though. But apparently I can only put 1 in there. That's weird. Whatever. And yeah, so he is no longer a threat. So I'm just going to leave him to be. That said, I was looking to get some more water, so why don't we drink what we have? I'm just going to make sure that this is actually safe water. Yes. Of course, the unit selection is a little sketchy, but that's okay. It's very, very useful. So let's take what we can. And I have another bottle in there, but that has Coke, so we'll just save that. And my thirst is okay, I'm hungry, I'm tired, but generally I'm okay, so I'm going to move on. And we have another stranger. By the looks of it, he's not carrying anything, so he's not really a threat. And I'm warm, because I have some pretty awesome clothes. And I have shoes, so you know what, I'm just going to keep moving. I'm not particularly worried about anything right now. More berries. How long have you had this game, and how do you like it thus far? I bought the game months ago. I can't remember exactly how long. It was listed on Rock, Paper, Shotgun, and then I wrote my own I called it a first look. It's not a review, obviously, because it was on early access at the time. But I wrote a early access first look review on it shortly after. I absolutely love this game. It's been a long time since I played it, but the reason why I'm playing it today is obviously because it is now out of early access. Oh hey, Bad Mother fought the stranger. Bad Mother crushed Stranger Lear's lower chest with a punch. Also, am I bleeding? I am bleeding. It's a minor cut, but it's still a cut nevertheless. So let's cover it up. Hey. There we go. And I'm in a little bit of pain, but really not bad. Not bad at all. Nothing to be worried about. So let's see what we can find. That looks pretty good to me. I found another sleeping bag. Cool. So mine is... oh, they don't have use, which is great. Same here. It's amazing, especially since it's so much like Fallout genre. It is absolutely like that, except more desperate. The fighting system, especially when you don't have a weapon, like you don't have a meat cleaver and you're just fighting it out, is so intense. Exploit available. I'll try not to think about that. Whoa, hello. I'm gonna keep moving, 'cause I have shoes, and you do not have shoes. And I have no reason to engage you. Of course, I'm leaving quite the trail here. But he's got no reason to fight me, I've got no reason to fight him, so I'm just gonna keep on moving. I am tired, though. So let's take a look at what we can find here. Ooh, hello. Another boot. It's not in as good condition as the boot I'm currently wearing, but it's still pretty alright. Combat boots are good. Shoes are less good. A makeshift noise trap. Not a bad idea. I might have a nap here. In fact, I'm certain I'm going to have a nap here. First aid kit empty. Couple more bottles. Not really much. Kind of hungry, so I'm going to eat this. I'm going to take a bottle, though. So rearrange this just a little bit. Couple more shirts. That one's a really good condition shirt, too. Pretty much as long as you can find more stuff. Always do it. How close are you to glow? It might be good to make a travois. Always with the travois! But I mean, you are right. It is a good idea to start really thinking about it. Should be pretty close now. I'm getting there. Probably a day walk away. But I'm going to sleep. Gonna sleep here. Have a makeshift trap, so I'm safer. I do have my sleeping bag. That's funny. I am gonna whip out one of my sleeping bags though. And there we go. So I'm gonna get some sleep. There, that's a little bit better. And I'm gonna take this out because you never know. I'm not gonna take it with me. Probably should though. Yeah, I can. I didn't think I had enough space for it. Alright. It's raining, but that's no big deal. There's our friend. Really not a problem. I'm thirsty again. But shed in the woods. A rifle shoulder strap. I think that's a great thing to take. Provided I can fit it somewhere. And I will make it fit. I think. Actually, I don't need that anymore. Now that I have this. And this is empty, so I might as well just take it. So we have a few more sheds to take a look at. But it is also getting late. So, looking at the map, yeah, we're still about a day away. Not too far. But let's set up camp at least. Ooh, that's good. Oh, you can rotate things now. Oh my god, thank you. That was a thing that either didn't exist or I didn't know about when I originally played it, so thank you very, very, very much. So this tunic is pretty sweet. I'm comfortable, so I'm not going to wear it. But it's definitely something worth holding on to. Yeah. But I don't know how I'm going to hold on to it. Because it's 5 wide, 4 tall. If I put it like this. Because there's always something good to carry around, especially if it gets really cold. Yeah, oh I know, but I'm currently comfortable, so there's no reason to wear it. But that said, we should set up camp here. How much water do I have? I do have some. So let's definitely get to finding some tree stuff. Let's do this, do that. Crappy lighter. And his armor. Also good to know. So let's sterilize this water. Oops. What? Oh, pan. Whoops. That's important. I can't remember what that button was, but I did it the loser way anyway. So let's end this turn. Let's use this pot again. And this water. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape. Could probably just rest and heal for now. But apparently I can't sleep in the woods here. That's weird. That's very strange. Dogs are tasty. Here, let's take this off. I don't need that anymore. Although it's worth a fair bit of money, surprisingly. My backpack is in 90.6%, so it is very, very good. So let's take out our backpack. Set up a campsite. It's not much, but it'll do. And that fire went out. So very obviously, we need another one. And let's get to sleep. Or at least attempt to sleep. And the fire is not quite out. So let's stoke it. I don't have any food, which sucks. I do have some water, so I might just drink that. And yeah, let's just sleep a little bit more, because it should be morning pretty soon here. I'm weak with hunger. Also, I forgot to deal with my rags. But that's okay. Well, I guess, actually, I could probably fix that right now. But I don't want to use up my water. I can use one water. So, drank that. Let's use the crafty saucepan, the fire, the water, and the bandages. Awesome. Yeah, the struggle of an insomniac, absolutely. It is definitely a problem, but it'll keep me going. So the glow is still fairly far away, but not too bad. I'm just gonna make a run for it, essentially. Unless I can find some food in here. Because it's always good to go for the shack, as you said. Ah, that looked good. Potato chips! And another flip-flop! And what appears to be a better crowbar. So I'm gonna take that one. What is the glow? The glow is Detroit! Yep, I'm definitely aware of the movement areas. But thank you. Yeah, the glow is Detroit, one of the last remnants of human society in the world. Let's just go straight through it. Let's make a dash for the glow. Also, this appears to be abandoned buildings as opposed to anything else. Have I been to ATN? I can't remember what ATN is. It's been a while. Oh, I've done a thing. Oh my god, I've ruined everything. There we go. No, full screen. There we go. As you step into a clearing, you finally see the source of that eastern glow. It's a city larger than any of you've ever seen. Skyscrapers and their bigger brothers, or arcologies, stand shoulder to shoulder, casting their glittering lights into the sky. Hovering lights flit around like the super towers like fireflies. A massive wall encircles their base, with armed buttresses like glowing points on a crown. And radiating out from that wall, a shantytown of crumbling building shacks and tarp lean-tos. Relief at the sight of civilization almost overtakes you until you realize you still have to make it there. That and scavenging promises to get a lot harder near the city, as nearby ruins will have been picked over already. Control F to full screen. Thank you very much. That is one problem that the game has. Of very few problems it has. It's a very good game, but I often accidentally end up not full screen. But that is my problem. So, we are at the glow. And gets even more interesting. You hear them before you see them. People! Lots of them! Pushing branches aside, you're presented with the city you saw from afar. A hybrid between shantytown, refugee camp, and RV park skirts the massive walls of the city. Everywhere you look, people navigate the winding, muddy roads, carrying supplies, patching holes in shelters, or arguing over property. Smoke from 1,000 camp stoves and barrel fires trail upward, and the scent of cooked food elicits a gurgling from your stomach. Nary an eye pays any attention to you, just one of dozens of ragtag corpses shuffling in from the wasteland. Beggars, customers, hopefuls, prey. Welcome to DMC's Sprawl. And this is where it gets very interesting. Pardon me. So the junk market. After you navigate the winding alleys of DMC's Sprawl, you encounter a huge structure fashioned of shipping containers. Throngs of people enter and exit structure through a doorway on one side. Inside you can see a thriving bazaar where people trade scavenge items in the light of 1,000 lanterns and bug zappers. The air is thick with sweat, smoke, and the smell of barbecue and spices. This is Sprawl's notorious junk market. Pick up items to purchase them, or drop items to sell them. So this is fantastic, because I don't want this anymore. Let's get out of my face. Shiv, probably a good idea to hold on to just in case, because this cleaver is starting to fall apart. This boot's nice, but not really that big. Well, interesting because the game evolves. It's no longer just about being in the wilds. It's now about being part of the city and trying to survive in the city. So, I now have $5. What else can we get rid of? These boots are pretty good, so let's get rid of this guy. I forgot my backpack, or my sleeping bag. Son of a bitch. That's not awesome at all. Well, that's my fault. But I do have bullets. And I do believe this takes these rounds? So let's see, what do I... Am I a hacker? I can't remember. I can hack. Alright, so... Roads and routes of Michigan. Does the map help in any way? Because I'm not sure if it does. Let's see, what else is worth stuff here? You know that you can drop things onto a campsite in the glow and it will not get taken because of the guards. I did not know that. That is excellent news. Thank you for telling me that. So I would like some bullets for my gun. And these bullets are not really useful for me. So I'm going to get rid of them. And these ones do not go in that gun, so not worth it. Cheap memory stick. Tracking bracelet. Very important if you want to get into the city. And a sling. But none of that is really useful for me right now. So, navigating the twisty maze of shacks and tarp shelters, Detroit's massive walls stand as a constant backdrop to the east. Easily half a dozen stories high and probably almost as thick, the city walls are an impressive sight to behold. Armed towers bristling with surveillance arrays stand at regular intervals, keep watch over the sprawl and likely the city within. Before you, giant vid screens on the three gatehouses flash instructions about pass requirements and threat levels as flock of people stream into and out of the gates. You take your place in line on the right, with the others entering the city. You can buy some stones. Yes, I can buy some stones. Will I buy some stones? Hell no. When you reach the front of the line, a sinking feeling overcomes you. Heavily armed guards in full combat armor are checking attendees with some sort of scanning device. You're pretty sure that whatever these other folks have to get in, you're missing it. When it's your turn, the guard stops you and turns to a monitor installed on the wall. A message reads, "Device not detected. Entrance denied." With the efficiency and compassion of an assembly line worker, he directs you away from the line, back outside. Unfortunately, getting entrance to the city may be trickier than just showing up. Back outside, you cross the muddy square and stop to survey the area. Where do you go now? Would anyone in the sprawl know about the cryo facility? You're startled when you notice a man has been watching you. He's wearing a long brown coat and matching hat, and is leaning on a walking stick. From this distance, you can almost see the glint of his eyes below his Tripoli's brim, though it's probably just your imagination. He takes his time approaching you, and as he nears, you notice there's heavy maculage on his face. It reminds you of one of those old portraits you see in a history textbook. Folks call me Hatter, he says matter-of-factly. I think we may be able to help each other. Come with me. Hatter's office is in the husk of one of those flophouse hotels you'd see crammed between high-rises in a busy city. It even has the old marquee hanging precariously from the cornerstones. Several floors up, armed guards watch over the street from missing sections of the building. Hatter acknowledges the man at the door and leads you through a surprisingly clean lobby to an old-fashioned elevator. I have a client, he starts, pausing for the cage to rattle shut, who collects heirlooms. He speaks louder, over the motor. He compensates well enough, in fact, that I'd be willing to part with a DMC visitor's pass in exchange. The elevator clunks to a halt, and the door rattles open, revealing a dark room lit by video screens and old lamps. Stepping off the elevator, it feels like you've walked into a control center built into an antique store. Baubles and relics crowd the walls and tabletops, while video screens and computer consoles cast a bluish tint on a handful of armed guards. Hatter crosses the room to sit at a low, broad desk facing the elevator. There's a lake. He pulls a worn road atlas from a desk drawer, about a day's walk northwest of here. Inside the building, there is a silver urn. He pages through the atlas to a map of Michigan. My guess is that you know a thing or two about getting around out there, and maybe this could be your ticket into the DMC. He pauses to look up at you. Interested? Now I'm going to ask the folks at home who know a lot about this game. I kicked the shit out of that werewolf thing. I don't know why I don't have the tape, because that is a thing. But anyway, I can negotiate a trade, or I can go for the job. Considering that I don't have food, maybe I can negotiate a trade. Not thrilled about the sound of that urn job, you try to come up with another proposal, noticing that Hatter's security system has some older-style high-wattage monitors. An idea occurs to you. You mentioned that you've seen a few eye slabs with LCD screens out in the waste. Fuck. And maybe that you can rig up a few to replace the power hogs he has now. The image would be clear, and it pull less from his generators. Hatter sits back for a few seconds and contemplates. He starts nodding. I think that'll work. He leans forward again. You have yourself a deal. Install 3 of those eye slabs for me, and you have yourself a visitor's pass. So that's great. Is this gross creature killable, which appear when you wear off that necklace? I don't believe so. I believe it chases you forever. So that's an idea. Alright, so I don't have what I need. Shopping cart frame, which is the thing. But I need a few eye slabs, apparently, because I decided to be an idiot. So I have a feeling I'm probably not going to find it before I starve to death. But we'll take a look. Ah, interesting. Just looking at the chat, seeing what you were talking about. So boom, boom, boom. Oh, there's really nothing in here? Well, I'll check it anyway. Busted knuckles. Well, that's great. There's a canteen outside the DMC. We must run back. There it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm definitely worried about starving. I do not want to die. Dying is bad. Not a fan of dying. There is food inside as well, but it's way more expensive. So, obviously, flavor text. And I'm gonna have more seagull. Because seagull's yummy. And I have lots of money. So, good enough. Pardon me. Sorry for the coughing. What was that? Ah, I see. Way to get power and a way to get back inside. Yeah, the last Shannon's Canteen wasn't there last time I played, so that is totally news to me. So it is dusk. Not gonna find much, I think. At least not nearby. You know, I'm not even gonna scavenge it. Just gonna keep moving. I can buy the ticket thing, absolutely, if I had $3,000. But I don't have $3,000, so I'm just going to keep moving on. And will I find anything nearby? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. But instead I'm gonna move north, I think. Now, I can keep out my revolver, and that's probably a good way to scare people off, anyway. It was on the new update. Also, there's a place called St. James Parkade in the far south end of DMC, and you can rent a car to sleep in. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But for the meantime, I'm going to use this flashlight. A squirrel corpse! Well, looks like I'm going to be dining tonight. I also don't have any water, so I should probably do that at some point. This looks like a good enough place to sleep anyway. So, let's make fire. I would like to survive, yes. And I would love to... Well, actually, considering that this video is going to be... Like, the purpose of it is to show people who haven't played the game before all about the game. I'm going to pass on that. Normally, I would totally be up for that. But, not in this case. I would like to cook the squirrel, please. But I believe I need a sharpened stick for that, don't I? Also... Oh. Just somebody else went live on Twitch. That's not an interesting thing at all. Unless... Ah, there we go. That's what I want. Small hunk of meat. Small hunk of meat on there. Like, I am, honestly, very interested to know. But I shouldn't ask for this anyway. Yummy, yummy squirrel. Thank you, cleaver. Also, this cleaver is very close to breaking. So I need to find something to replace it fairly soon. I'm still glad I had the shiv. But... Oh, and I left that trap there too. Shit. I could... Yeah, I could use my sleeping bag. I just need to remember to pick it up this time. How's that fire doing? Something approaches you as you slumber. I am unconscious. So he's got stones, and he's revealed himself. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Seems to be not a threat. That said, where did I sleep? Is it here? No. I made a run for it, so I'm guessing I slept here. Oh, hello. Stranger with a sharpened spear. And he's bleeding. He's pretty close. So I'm going to threaten him with a gun. Yeah, get out of here. I'm going to head to the urn. It's something to do anyway. And you know, I need to find some eye slabs somewhere. I do want to see if I can find my backpack. Or, sorry, my sleeping bag. But then again, I need to find eye slabs, more importantly. There we go. I'm in. And we found some bullets! Not for this gun, though. Why the eye slabs? Because I, for some reason, told him that I would find him eye slabs. It was a dumb move. A very dumb move. But, unless I can go and get the urn instead. Because in that case, I would much rather do that. Hell yeah. Some more stuff. Nothing that ooh. That's a way better boot than what I have. Boot, boot, boot. And whatever, let's go 3 for 3. So let's look at the map. Well, the shack's not on there. So I mean, I know where it is, roughly. It's about here-ish. Yeah. Oh, I definitely know. I definitely know. Well, let's see what else we can find anyway. Because you never know. Although, that is pretty sweet. That is insanely sweet, actually. Worth a lot of money, and it heals you pretty good, too. And some water, so I might as well take that. And let's go to town. They know I'm here, but I don't care. Ooh, more blinkies. And more water. There we go, that one filled too. I wonder why it didn't work before. No inside leads for me, unfortunately. Let's see. Still have one more place to scavenge in here. Oh, it's a stranger and a stranger leader with some very nice pants. Some very nice black pants. But even a 2-on-1 situation, I'm pretty sure I could take them. Let's go check out this shed. Especially considering that I have shoes, too. That is really awesome. Alright. More berries, whoop-de-doo. Some bottled water. Fantastic. And a couple locked storage sheds. Beautiful. Ooh, binoculars. And more bullets. Bullets for my actual gun! Yes! I am a stopping force now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna keep wearing that. Is that a thing you can do? Oop, still carrying the boot. It doesn't work. Oh, really? Oh, really? Wearing a crude air filter. I thought you were just bullshitting. That's awesome. That's actually pretty sweet. Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to put those in my pants. And these are in really good condition, too. Awesome. Let's see what else we could find. A laptop. Interesting. Very, very interesting, actually. And I've actually got to shut down the stream in 10 minutes, roughly, because that is the length of this particular stream. Ooh, clean rags! Yes. Insufficient charges. Ooh, I want this. But what about the talisman? Unless I can wear them both. I can wear them both! So this is 5 by 6. I would like to take the laptop just because, but I don't think I'm going to find a power source anywhere nearby where I can actually use it. But it'd be really nice if I did. It's probably not actually worth it. I can put scope too. If you find one. Oh, so you can have like a talisman, binoculars, and a scope. Nice. Well, I'm gonna go to town on these. See what else we can find. Some more pants. Another shirt. Box. Another lighter. Another good lighter. Can never have too many lighters. I can close the laptop. Of course you can. Back to the laptop! Oh, that's... yeah. I may have been an idiot. That happens sometimes. Especially if you look at the previous streams. Well, let's go kill someone. That guy, actually. Particularly. I want to go kill him. He does see me. But I have boots. Terrain is difficult, so I'm just going to move towards him. Offer ceasefire. Yeah, I kinda need you to go away now. in the most gruesome way possible. Got one more bullet. Tore open. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god. This game. Oh, that is so gross. Player tore opens looter's head with a .38 revolver full metal jacket. Looter is stunned and unable to move for a moment. What's JHP? Full metal jacket, I know what that is. Oh, hollow point, okay. Oh, I could dance all day, but that is just fucking gross. Let's get all up in his grill. I didn't get him, or did I? Nope. Go get him. Damn, he parried. That's okay. Looter died of severe traumatic brain injury. Bullets do that. He had meat in his pants. Cooked meat. So I'm going to eat your meat. I'm gonna... Oh. I was like, use, because it's whiskey. But no, it's got berries in it. Scrap of paper. And let's do one last final gross thing that you can do. And... Oh, sunlight. That's a thing you can use? Interesting. And cleaver. Not enough moves to craft. But essentially you can chop them up for food. And you can eat them for food. Also, apparently I'm dying. No, of course not. No, I'm not going to do it. You can eat other people. You shouldn't eat other people. I can't remember if this was sterilized or not, but I'm going to just drink this. I'm just going to drink it all, actually. Because I'm probably going to die. Because I did it. But that's okay. Taste the corny refreshment. So, I've got a few more minutes. Let's keep on moving. Because now I am a cold-blooded murderer. Actually, would be a better term. Yeah, and isn't there a thing that you can get? Like a disease? Charge! Oh, he wants to talk. Actually, let's talk. I've had nightmares nicer than this place, she huffs. She doesn't seem interested in waiting for a response. Ah, cool. That is a new feature again for me, because I have never seen the talk option. And she is apparently nice, so I'm not going to attack her. And I doubt I'm going to find anything good. Ooh, what was that? Makeshift rag shoe. Huh, that's a new thing. No, but you will be killed by ATN if you relapse and return after treated. Ew. Good to know. And a hoodie. That's nice. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a thing that exists. That is definitely a thing that exists. Well, let's get in one more place. Let's drink this. Because reasons. And I don't think I'm going to get the poops before the stream's going to end, unfortunately, but I've definitely tried. I certainly tried. But it is what it is. You can't get the poops every day. And a squirrel snare. And water, which I'm just going to drink, because why not? Poops. Ever heard of zomzoms? Those are... That's... speed? Is it? I can't remember. It's something that exists in real life. You know, much like Jet or what else was in Fallout? I can't remember. But there are drugs. Lots and lots of drugs. So this thing is going to fall apart. I'd much rather have a crowbar. Well, wasn't there Jet or something at one point in one of those games? Anyway, what's a zomzom? Teach me your ways. I can't fit this anywhere. Unless I do this. Wait, how long is this? Ah, fuck it. Don't care. The stream's about to end anyway, so it doesn't matter. One last move into the wild. And it's night. Well, anyway, whatever. So, it's a place in this. Oh, is that the area right to the north of the cryogen lab? Because there, I do recall a place up there that you can go, and it's kind of sketchy. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Think Thunderdome. Anyway, I'm just going to check this really quickly. Because I want to know how much this game is. Because I forgot how much it costs. It's $15. Okay, so anyway. Jet and Psycho are Fallout 3, yep. So yeah, I am right about that place. And yeah, that I have been there. And that was an interesting experience, to say the least. And worrying. This game has a lot of depth, a lot of flavor, and a lot of not so nice people and places and things. Yeah. What number said? Go north, see the world, there is much to be seen, and we have covered a very, very tiny bit of the map. There is so much more to be found in various different places, so... anyway, I'm going to end the stream here. Like I said, it is $15 on Steam. It has just been released. It is no longer in early access. It is really sweet. If it's anything like it was in early access, which it appears to be, all that was like that and more. So I give it a lot of recommendation. I think it's a very cool game, and you need to go at least check it out. There is a demo to try out to see if you like it, and it's gruesome. It's intense. It's detailed. It's gross in some cases. But yes, beware the dog man. So thank you for watching, and tomorrow we'll be playing Don't Starve Together. So come check us out for that if that's something that interests you. And next week on Tuesday will be our Paradox stream for Europa Universalis 4 and another indie game, be it a multiplayer one, a single player one like this, or more. And yeah, like Number said, if you like Fallout, if you love Fallout, if you love survival games, ones that make you really have to fight to live, this game is for you, and the fighting system is amazing. So, anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good night.